There are many strange mysteries in this world. Creatures lurking deep within shadowed forests. Unidentified objects drifting silently through our skies. Places that make your skin crawl with the sense that you're not alone. Ghosts that whisper through the halls of abandoned homes. And sometimes, if you listen closely, you might hear a lonely soul whisper to you.
I'll let you suckle my teats, boy. If you let me gobble your dung.
Wait, what?
When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees, I wanna take you there.
We're watching Dandadan! Hello, welcome to Scarred Mentality, the show where we watch and review anime from the sweet and wholesome to the depraved and trauma-inducing and decide whether it's peak, mid or trash. We are your uneducated and overly opinionated hosts, Cousin It's first husband, Sabrina Carpenter's stalker, the man who makes Snorlax look like a pro athlete, and Miss
The long-legged Mac Daddy.
If you like what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and if there's any anime that you want us to review in the future, please leave a comment down below. And today we're looking at Dandadan, a romance action anime that tells the classic tale of girl meets boy, boy likes girl, girl doesn't ask, boy starts ranting about conspiracies like a hyperactive Karen on Facebook. Girl said bet and matches his freak with Ghostbusters Wattpad stories. They dare each other to visit places rated 5 stars by creeps that you don't want to meet in daylight. And shockingly, those places deliver. Boy faces a fear most young men have, Madonna being single again. While girl comes face to pelvis with passengers waiting to board a one-way flight to a billionaire mystery island. Then somehow, they both get powers.
Sure, why not?
What follows is hijinks, trauma, and a Ross and Rachel style romance that is exactly as tedious and frustrating as it sounds.
We were on a break!
How many times have we heard that story?
Wendy, I can fly!
Heavy spoilers, I love this show. This show is peak. They're absolute fucking peakness. The peakiest thing that's ever peaked. You don't need to listen to any of these guys. Roll credits, we're done. That's it, done, bye. Well, I've got my first thoughts out the bloody way.
You know what? I didn't know you liked this show, Rich.
So, like, what's everyone's first thoughts of Dandadan? I'll warn you now. If you don't like it, that's it. We end the channel now.
I can hit it all out. I'll give it an IGN 7.
Too much water.
Too much awesome. 7 out of 10.
I can't remember now if I ended up reading it first or did I end up watching it first. I think I waited till the anime came out and then I started, and then once we kind of caught up, that's when I ended up borrowing manga then off you to then go further. But no, it's a really good, welcoming show. Gladly into the very small playlist that I watched too.
Well, I knew nothing about this show beforehand. Like, I know.
A running theme, by the way.
I know. I really need to read more manga. I'm really sort of showing myself up here.
Seriously, get your shit together.
I know you and Retro had obviously been into it for quite a while, but I knew nothing about it. So it was quite, as always, it's quite fun to sort of go into these things blind and. Bloody hell was I not disappointed at all. Like it is an excellent show. I can see why you why you both love it.
Retro.
I love it. But yeah, I love the show. I love the concept of it. I've been desperate for like this sort of tit for tat. Two separate sides of the weird colliding. And this is just perfect.
I think I was introduced... Well, I'd heard about the manga through the grapevine, and I think it might have been Retro that was like, oh, I've checked it out and I think you'll like it. and I started reading the manga, and I started reading it at a fever pitch.
Whose horse is that?
Like, I just could not put it down, and I've not since, I'd say, like Death Note or Chainsaw Man, I have been absolutely gripped by a property like this. And from like the artwork, and we'll discuss it in the rest of the review, but the artwork is stellar, the story writing is stellar, and it's just one of them shows I've just come to absolutely adore every little part of it. Saying that, let's crack on with it.
His balls are covered in a layer of my spiritual energy.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
I think the first thing we've got to talk about, and you can't get around it, is the opening credits are an absolute banger. And if you say anything different, there are more slaps coming your way.
No, trust me. This isn't going to be a Kaiju number 8 again, where like I'm, disagree with you guys on liking the opening. No, like the song and animation in particular are phenomenal. They're absolutely brilliant. Like there's like hands, it's hands down. It's like one of the best anime openings.
Can't think of a more aptly named band to do an opening credit for Dandadan than Creepy Nuts.
I love as well that I can imagine some people just adding it to the playlist. It's like, Alexa, add Creepy Nuts to my playlist.
I tell you what, telling Alexa to play Creepy Nuts is probably better than asking it to do one of the My Hero openings. It's like, Alexa, play Porno Graffiti.
You want to hear a station for porn detected. Porno ringtone, hot chick, amateur girl, calling sexy. Hot pussy.
It's also, the song is so catchy, it's what my paralysis demon in the middle of the night sings while he watches me sleep.
In terms of like, Japanese weirdness, like Dandadan's definitely got a good sprinkling of that within the show.
I love how you said sprinkling when I think it's more like a dump truck full of like Japanese weirdness.
I don't watch that many weird ones, so I don't know if this is like mediocre or this is like what the f is happening right now.
I don't know. I've seen some weird openings, but it's hard to say because I've seen weird bad ones, but this is obviously on the weird good side of things, so it's hard to say really.
The ending credits as well, I do like, although, and we'll probably discuss this as we get into the review, is absolute tonal whiplash sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And the funny thing as well, and again, spoilers, but it was kind of hilarious for like me and Retro being manga readers and being so far ahead, that when you see the cats parading around and dancing around, we were laughing because like nobody has any clue who the hell this cat is and what the relevance of this cat is.
Well, I noticed that a lot with the opening because the opening foreshadows a lot. It's like, and I had no clue about it. It's like, why is this? Let's focus on what's these golden balls about? Is that some sort of thing in the series? And then realizing what they are later on, it's like,
They're balls.
I think, to be honest, I do really enjoy the first episode of Dandadan, but I'm not gonna lie, I can see that being a barrier with some people.
Oh yeah.
But like, I like True to Form because obviously it's near enough exactly like the manga itself, but I like how we meet Momo straight away, and she's dealing with that boyfriend. I like straight away that you get to see how Momo is. Like, this guy's basically trying to press his luck.
Sir, I need another $1.25.
Is that right? Keep the change. Roadhouse.
I like seeing their relationship, hers and Okarun's, from the very start. I like the fact that he's like getting bullied, which, by the way, these bullies are vicious. Like, I think things have changed since I was in school, because like that guy's just like, oh, that's funny, like we've thrown paper balls. Let's throw a magnet at him.
You need therapy. Bad.
I still don't feel like it represents. I don't think it represents modern schools that much because it's like otherwise like Okarun is definitely like one day from.
Looking good, cutie. How you doing, my man? And what about you, bro?
It just shows the moment. So when Momo goes in and just like she just does it on the whim, don't she? She just sees him being bullied, goes in, kind of stands in the way, and just like stops him from throwing stuff at him, and then leaves. And then all of a sudden, you get Okarun comes out, and he's like, "Thanks, you're the only person that's ever been nice to me," and then just goes back in the room with and all you hear is like.
You seem to understand. I'm not locked in here with you. That's it! You're locked in here with me!
I find their first interactions kind of funny because it's like Okarun is. By the way, that is a weird nickname, and I don't even know if I'm thinking it right.
It's basically short for Otaku-kun or something, isn't it?
Because one of the things that they get notice is, and it's the whole thing, is that Momo has a very specific type that she is after. And the reason I remember this is because of a bit of the...
Make it sound like she's a predator.
Like I was saying, I like the way that they bounce off each other just in that first hallway bit, because I like the fact that it's like, oh, thank you for coming helping me, and she's like, oh yeah, it's nothing, and then he just completely like vomits nerd on her, and it's just, oh, look at all this occult stuff, look at aliens, UFOs, like, you know, the king of Rizz just being like, look at all this nerdy crap.
This lady just throws the book in her face, and they're like, what autism do you have?
I find it so funny, just the fact of like their beliefs, like he believes in aliens, she believes in ghosts, but both of them think both is bollocks. And I don't know what, I just find that so, it's like, oh, I can believe in, green men, but I can't believe in the ghost that sits in the corner of the room.
I'm just gonna hide under the sink till y'all go to sleep, then I'm gonna come out and make my poops and your kicks.
I want to point out with Okarun that like Donald Trump is in his like UFO conspiracy magazine, so that would probably answer some questions.
That leads to them competitioning with one another, and then in a complete like shared brain cell moment, they're like, oh, why don't we dare each other to basically go to places that serial killers and PDF files use as tuning training exam areas?
Well, it's like that old saying goes.
My dick has led me to places I wouldn't even go with a gun. But here I am.
I love it because there's no winning here. It's a lose-lose situation, isn't it? Because it's like you said, you either turn up to somewhere and there's possibly gangs, people shooting up crack, people ready to stab you, or they actually do exist and then they're going to take you and probe you.
You're either going to walk into Breaking Bad or Alien 3. There's no in between here.
I am the one who knocks.
Okarun has gone to a dusty old tunnel. What was it? Momo has gone to an abandoned building.
It's like an old hospital.
Yeah, it's an old hospital, so it's like, and they've dared each other to find aliens and ghosts in there, and so Okarun ends up running into Aaron Taylor Johnson's wife, who like chases him down the hallway, chases him down that big long dusty tunnel, and then we get to Momo.
3 minutes to minimum safe distance.
Stop. Not so fast, y'all. You think you can just up and run away? You crazy. I like to eat people from other planets, especially y'all.
I like to eat you with my little mouth, too.
Oh, now y'all get back up inside me, little mouth.
I wants to play, too.
Get back inside. I'll get you when we's eating them.
Zoop.
Well, it happens simultaneously, doesn't it, where Okarun meets Turbo Granny and then Momo shortly after just meets the aliens. But obviously Okarun turns into Turbo Granny, who immediately wants to double his gong and let him suckle her tits.
I gotta ask as well, because like Momo specifically says to him, "Don't run from her." Like that's the condition for her possessing him. But I'm like, what the fuck else are you gonna do? It's like, I'm sorry, is the only way out of this situation to have let her gobble your dong?
I'm thinking, yeah.
We don't hear like the preventative measures. Like what was the plan there? What was Momo going to say? Don't run. Even if she says she's gonna gobble your dong, she can't do that. You've got a restraining order, or don't invite her to a tea party, or freaking just throw some lemon zest at her. It'll work.
Okarun, don't run. Let her talk about her grandkids for an hour. You'll be safer then.
There's an interesting story behind this, Nickel. In 1957, I remember it was.
Lazy Beat says it's obviously the simultaneous, like, he's dealing with that, and then Momo is dealing with something that will be brought up in a Diddy trial.
It's just very aptly put.
I can see this being a barrier for a lot of people.
It's definitely a very uncomfortable bit to watch, like Gleep Gloop levels of uncomfortable. Yeah. But at least it kind of like swiftly moves past it.
Yeah, because it's like I love it when he gets the phone call.
Royalty-free ringtone. Royalty-free ringtone. Royalty-free ringtone. Royalty-free ringtone. Royalty-free ringtone.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Everyone's surprised that Momo left her phone on the Only Feats website.
The fight scene as well is absolutely hilarious, and all the nods to Ultraman is really cool. And then obviously Okarun's been completely like taken over by this Turbo Granny curse.
You have taken his banana.
And it's when they throw him into the wall, and then he does his big massive speech of like, I'm here to save Momo because she's my only friend. And it's like, dude, we met an hour ago. The entire sequence where Momo has a like Super Saiyan moment, and she becomes like this badass, again, naked, sidekick, and then beats the ever-loving crap out of all the aliens, which is really good.
Ha-ha! Roadhouse callback.
I never saw Roadhouse.
It's about kicking.
And the UFO.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available, with 22 kilograms of baggage included.
They do explain it, but it's funny just the UFO just completely exploding and wiping out like a complete like small area of a city.
The thing I noticed is that looks like the same sort of hillside from Gleep Gloop, so my hope is that's the UFO that killed them all. Not the UFO that started it all, but the UFO that comes crashing in and killed them all.
I don't know if I can continue with this review. I'm worried of peeling back this onion anymore and see what I discover.
Seeing it Okarun, was it possessed by Turbo Granny is quite interesting to me. Because again, that's obviously knew nothing about the series going forward, but I'd seen obviously the form he gets later on. So I had no idea that's how he gets it. I didn't know he was possessed by a fucking gilf. I didn't realize Okarun had accessed one of those links that says you can find fuckable grannies in your area.
Just relax. I'll handle this. Oh God!
So yeah, I like the fact that like they have the fight, but I like the fact that Okarun's curse isn't just easily fixed. It isn't just boom, that's it, he's got superpowers, boom, she's managed it. I like the fact that I kind of like the fact that like they're not sure of the rules of aliens and yokai, and neither are we, and they're just kind of making it go along. I like the fact that when she's like, oh, we'll go to my house, because obviously my granny's into all that voodoo crap. And when they go to step into her house, Okarun just immediately bursts into flames.
Sue! What's going on?
We're on fire!
You're on fire!
You stink!
Hold on!
Let me in!
Because of the talisman trying to stop like obviously spirits getting in, and how it starts a trend that carries on through the series. How Okarun's hair just keeps transforming, and he just keeps getting better and better drip as it goes along. Like, you've got Goku and Super Saiyan, and then you've got Okarun and Fitz.
That's a good lesson for kids. It's like, hey kids, you want a better Rizz? Was it get possessed by a granny and set yourself on fire?
Just let a granny suck your cock and become a pyromaniac. There you go.
I feel like his hairdo just reminds me of like Kid Gohan as well, where he's just got that really like bowl haircut, stumpy hair in like Freezer, and then all of a sudden he's got like the most sick, wicked Rizz hair in like Cell Saga.
This is where he kind of figures out that like Turbo Granny's kind of left the meat but took the two veg with her.
Where are my testicles, Summer? Where are my testicles, Summer? They were removed. Where have they gone?
The whole thing, I can't remember. Is it the whole thing?
She takes the whole thing at first. First, the whole thing is missing. Yeah. Which is like, that's gonna be weird because like that's gonna be weird. Just like looking down at you as smooth as a Ken doll.
I'm just Ken. Which is great, given that the name is Ken.
Fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break. That's like 16 walls.
Is it just like a polished sheen down there? I don't want to know.
Well, he pulls his pants down. It's just like.
I kind of want to know, like, is it like one of these things where just like he just doesn't need to pee anymore, or if he takes a piss, he's just fucking Turbo Granny get a golden shower somewhere in it all.
Or it's just like Kaiser number 8 just starts going through his nipples or something.
I do think it's funny when he calls her
bitch.
Oh, that is so funny.
Which, by the way, I said this when we were watching it to retro, but I feel like in the anime they've made her a lot bitchier than she was in the manga. I don't remember her being this bitchy in the manga.
I don't know. I suppose like how it comes across when you actually hear it, reading it, it probably feels different on it.
Momo was my favorite character anyway, so I suppose I'm just letting her get away with anything.
Following on from that, the next part is you hear the doorbell go.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
And then they realise, oh shit, I left the talisman or whatever it is you call it, the little, the paper ghost repellent thing on the side. And all I can think of is like it's like someone's just taken the ad blocker off their internet options, and they're like, oh.
I'm just imagining the giant sumo, which just looks through the door and just goes, "Link in bio."
I like it when the 600-foot kaiju sumo wrestler turns up and he's like, I want a bit of that D as well, please give me.
Give me a man, I believe in.
It's funny watching them like trying to not get killed, but Momo trying desperately to keep the curse within Okarun. And the bit that sticks out to me is when they're trying to figure out what to do, and then Okarun's like, "It's okay, let the curse take me. I ain't afraid of no aliens."
How dare you quote Ghostbusters to me?
And then he goes,
"Hello there."
I think I just shat myself.
I feel so bad for them at this moment because they've already gone through so much. They've just barely escaped from the first episode. And then they've walked all the way home during the night. It's now daytime. They're just about trying to recover a bit. They're just about recover, and then boom, they're met by the kaiju in sumo of pain. It's just like, oh my god, I was like, how the hell is he going to get out of this?
It's mad because with Dandadan, as you see through the entire series, and this continues even through to the manga, I always find it strange that like you don't know when we're having a slice of life moment or we're in a new arc. Or because these things just creep up on you and they're just so organic to what's going on. Like, a normal show would have them going, right, we've got to sit down. Now we've got to explain the rules of this world. And no, like, I've got no pants, I've got no cock, and now a sumo is also trying to come for my cock. Wonderful. And it's just a Tuesday.
Good point. He hasn't even got a cock and he's still after him. It's like,
Yeah.
God damn, this sumo's first day.
Give me your dick.
I love it when Okarun digivolves.
Okarun, did you evolve too?
Certified baddie.
And takes on the massive sumo. I think it's really, although I think it's really mad that when Momo almost kind of sacrifices herself in a really clever way, but like, and I like the fact that that's what saves her. You know, that's what kind of like she's doing it to basically push herself out of the domain expansion that this alien has given them. And that's how she ends up winning the fight. And then we get to another really like, it is kind of spooky, but at the same time kind of uncomfortable to watch when she passes out and Turbo Granny takes full control near enough of Okarun and she starts to pick him up. And it was at that point I was like, Turbo Granny knows Momo doesn't have a dick, right?
These don't taste right.
That leads into one of the other best characters of the show, which is Momo's grandmother. So granny on granny violence, but the hottest granny you've ever seen in your goddamn life. Like, oh my god, an age-appropriate woman I can fancy. Although, kind of strange because we still don't know why she looks like that, other than being genetically gifted.
My jeans are blue.
Yeah.
I think it's all bullshit because like I've seen it so many times in an anime where like they'll refer to somebody who's like in their 40s as Gramps. You know, it's like for all we know, she's 25.
True.
Oh, she's possessed the body of a 25-year-old. She has already gobbled the dong.
Well, that's what keeps me young, babe.
You gotta love how the grandma of the psychic character is called Psycho.
Yeah, I never know how to pronounce her name.
It's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be Seiko. I think it's supposed to be Seiko, but I'm not sure. But not sure. I've heard many people say it differently, so I'm just gonna put my foot down and go. It's Seiko, and you're all fucking dumb.
I'm dyslexic, so I'm playing this game on hard mode anyway. If you give me Japanese or Welsh names, I'm sorry, my brain's gonna melt.
Keep calling her Dave.
You're not gonna get away with this, Mr. Google search.
Again, it's like this is the first time within 2 episodes as well when she turns up and like home runs the skull of the Turbo Granny. That they sort of like have a moment to kind of collect themselves. And it was funny because like she explains that, oh, in this bit of town I have power, but if I go out of that, basically I don't have enough power. So to make this work, or what the plan is basically I need you to challenge Turbo Granny to a race, and whoever wins, obviously you could release the curse. And it makes me laugh when Momo just turns around and goes like, Okarun has no stamina, and it's like, okay, calm down. Which leads us to the next bits where they go to try and take her on. And it turns out, and this has always confused me, even reading the manga. And by the way, I've read the beginning parts, so like the first probably 2 volumes 3 or 4 times. I could never get my head around the fact that Turbo Granny is in league with a crab. Although I'm starting to maybe think that's.
It's bizarre that like all it's all the souls of these murdered teenage girls. It's like why do they form a crab?
Well, it's more conglomeration of all the different things.
I mean, I'm not expecting them to form a Megazord, but There's one thing as well I love about the crab chase bit, and it's the music they chose for it, because they went with the
music slaps.
is it William Tell Overture or something like that?
Yeah.
I believe it's called. Yeah, it's like the typical like horse racing scene. It's some would say it's probably like a cliche thing to use, but I think it's just perfect. It's such a Looney Tunes-esque way to go about it, and I love it.
It's so good. I love it because it's like they've obviously changed it a little bit. So
yeah,
the remix, the one that they published, is actually called William Hell Overture.
That rocked hard, man.
For that first-person view, like where she almost, well, I don't want to say riding, but she is riding. Okarun. And they're just running down the streets. I thought this is when I feel like I was like, yep, I'm definitely gonna love the rest of this show now for as long as it goes on.
Because I like it when they're running through and then just you've got all these people watching and they're just like,
get out, someone's riding piggyback.
Wow, look at him go.
Oh wait, nobody else can see what's going on. It's like, as far as anyone's concerned, Okarun is just running around with a hot girl on his back.
and somehow this nerd is moving at the speed of sound.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I find it funny because like they do make it, because like they only sort of briefly touch on it, but the fact that like obviously ordinary people can't see spirits, so they're not seeing, you know, some weird demon child with a girl on his back running from a giant crab. They're just looking what seems to be an ordinary dude running barefoot with a hot girl on his back.
Oh, I didn't think about that, because obviously I thought, yeah, they definitely won't be seeing the crab or the granny or anything, but would they not even be seeing Okarun's transform?
No, they don't even see that.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it was apparent later where
he's trying to like nearly headbutt those lads in the classroom.
That's it, yeah, because like obviously they're freaking out a bit more, you know, if you turn into this fucking demon.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, what the hell? Is it just one of those like obvious signs that they just don't question it? It's like, yeah, we don't question.
Like it's like in JJK with the train station in Shibuya. It's the fact that nobody can see curses, so they're just seeing Gojo like blow up a wall,
dancing around,
bursting into flames randomly.
Somebody's coming in. It's just some little fat kid. What the hell is going on? I have no idea.
Yes, it's working.
When they win in a clever fashion, but it's also the sudden revelation, and it's where it's revealed like Granny's not just after Granny's not just after that dick. She's just it's kind of like you get that sudden revelation, like, and the mistaken sort of, oh wait, here's all the crabs have exploded, and they've exploded into schoolgirls.
So that's some crazy weather we're having, huh?
It's like these are some very weird gender reveal parties, but and you get that bit from Seiko where it's like, no, she's been trying all this time from that little tunnel to protect any of the girls who go down there. And when she can't protect them, she makes sure that they're at least...
Yeah, because that's kind of the thing, because like she was there to try and protect the murdered victims by, you know, removing the penises of men. To which I still ask the question, why was she going to gobble Momo's private parts?
Nothing tastes right today.
I also know as well, like, there's sort of like a little comparison with Demon Slayer, the fact that like all these evil spirits that we see throughout the series, you know, they all have to have a sad backstory.
Tragically ludicrous? The ludicrously tragic?
The bit that like cracks me up every time I watch is like when all the dust sort of settles and they've defeated the crab and they've got Turbo like trying to still control Turbo Granny, and it's like they start having a meal with Psycho, and It's funny. It's funny this as well because I've noticed a lot of Dandadan. Something happens, they have a meal. Something happens, they have a meal. You can tell it's the end of an arc if they're all sat around a table having a meal. It's very much like One Piece.
Well, Dragon Ball, One Piece, they all kind of do it. I think it's become a shonen trope, isn't it? Where we just got to show this like these characters eating this like world's best fucking food.
Yeah.
I don't want to make his skin like crawl and him to like curl up in a ball, but like there's a lot of Dandadan that feels like One Piece as we go further and further along.
It was fun while it lasted.
As you sort of see, like all the arcs end with somebody eating, but they always pick up somebody new as they go along.
Yeah.
And like add to the party.
Whole army.
But as I was saying, like when they're having this meal, and it's Psycho and Okarun. Basically, she wants to see his him dickless, and he's like, "No, I don't want to." And then he asks Momo for help, and Momo is just sat there with 2 pieces of crab in her gob.
Oh, it's so funny.
And like Okarun's like, "Now you're on your own, mate. I'm happy here eating fucking Sebastian."
Was it before we start? A minute go on to the next arc. I did also want to sort of briefly touch on like there's like one more episode before we move on to like the Silky arc, the Aira arc, whatever you want to call it. And it's like it's so much more of a slower sort of paced episode. Where
it's out of fucking left field, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a much slower episode. And just basically sort of seeing like Okarun and Momo like after the fact, and like sort of like spending a bit more time on like their relationship. And it's like usually this in this sort of series, like, I'm really not bothered about that thing, but I actually find their sort of like dynamic like rather adorable. You know, it's like they both think they both really want to see each other, but they also both seem to think that they're sick of one another. You know, at the same time. But then they spend the entire school day looking for each other. And it's like
that's kind of leading into this next arc, because that's what I really like. Because I like the fact that you've got this one scene where Okarun's coming into school and he sees her waiting, and he just assumes that she's not interested. Like he overthinks it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm excited to see her, but I don't think she's excited to see me. No, I'm reading too much into it. I'll just and whatever," and walks past. And then she walks over, kicks him, and says, "What? Where are you going?" And I really love that moment, because I've had moments like that, and I just think it's like you said. I agree with you 100%. I like how natural their relationship is, and I like the fact that, like you've got this episode where they want to see each other, and they're so desperate to hang out because they enjoy each other's company, but they just constantly keep missing each other.
Dude, stay right there! I'm so excited! Oh, how did this happen? The roof!
The slice of life stuff in this, I don't actually mind. I don't mind when it slows down a little bit, because it's just as gripping as like all the action scenes. Because this is the problem I've got with another manga I'm currently reading, Kagurabachi. Whereas when it slows down and we're in between action scenes, I check out. I could not give a flying monkey at all. Yeah, but for this, I'm still hooked, and I think it's because of the way this author kind of writes his stories and his arcs, because like even the slice of life stuff is still interesting, and you also don't know when somebody's gonna want Okarun's nuts.
Yeah,
it just sneaks up on you out of nowhere.
You touched upon that before, didn't you? When you just don't know when it's going to flip at any moment, which it does do that quite a lot. So you've got to definitely pay attention still, but then also like it's good for it to kind of have just like good pacing in a way, so it's not full on throttle all the time. But I think this is the episode as well where they introduce Aira. A new bitch approaches. But this is where that whole the accusation of Momo comes about, doesn't it, of her being a slut? Because isn't it when she's speaking to Okarun and being all nice to him because He's like, oh, I'll
Face
do
being
this
nice
just
to
to make him feel good. He's gonna feel good forever now. He spoke to me.
And it's coming not from, and it comes from not of a, and it's coming not from a, oh, at least he'll feel better now. It's literally it's coming from, I'm gonna boost my ego because of how significant this should be to such a peon.
I hope it didn't hurt too much.
Nah, it didn't hurt me at all. I've been working out, so...
I'm really sorry.
Life has no meaning to me. There's beauty up above and things we never take notice of. You wake up, suddenly you're in love.
You got knocked the fuck out!
I find it funny with Aira because I had such a roller coaster of emotions with her.
Yeah.
It's like, because like first see her and like she's pretending to be nice, and you know, I thought like, oh, she's quite cute, and then obviously realised that she was just doing that. She was just being a bitch, and it's just like, oh fuck you, I fucking hate this cow. But then like as you go on throughout the rest of the arc with her, it's like. I actually grow to really sort of like go up and down, but I actually grow to really like her. She's such a daft, lovable character. Yeah, she's just a silly little homewrecker at the end of the day. But you know, I love it.
No, I think she's absolutely great. But I like reading through, and like it is you start not liking her. There's quite a few characters in here that you end up, you know, like you start not sure of or disliking, and then end up loving them towards the end, except for Kinta. But that's a manga spoiler. Kinta can die in a fire.
Burn in hell, you piece of shit.
I'm not sure how many people follow along with him, but he's not as bad as he makes out. He'd only use half a can of petrol, not the full can like he would.
Oh, hang on. We need to mention the twist of the cat, because
yes, I was wondering. I was going to bring this over
before before we meet Aira. They put the spirit of Turbo Granny in the cat, and the cat ended up becoming a part of the cast.
Magic wand! Make my monster grow!
Yes.
Which I honestly did not expect that, because I remember seeing the cat in obviously in the ending credits like early on, and thinking like, is this a Bleach situation? Have we got another cone here?
How dare he say something like that?
Because it's also where Turbo Granny explains the fact that like she's kind of misplaced his balls.
Peanut, are those testicles? Where did you get those? I don't remember.
She doesn't know. Yeah, she's like,
we are deeply sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry.
And explains that basically anybody that finds his nut can now see ghosts.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
And apparently, again, as Lazy Beans pointed out, that the testicles apparently are repositories of immense spiritual energy that will allow the people to use ghosts and maybe even develop bizarre abilities should they be able to use it in the right way. And it's like,
what? Oh, okay.
I do not recall of having Bluetooth dial. I do not recall having the ability to Bluetooth and Kamehameha out of my nutsack.
Maybe you're just using it wrong.
There's a part where she's like they said, all right, we've got to find it, because obviously if they don't find these nuts, safe to say, shit's gonna go south. There's a part where they're outside and they're trying to look for it, and it's when Momo starts screaming, because she's kicking off because she can't be bothered, and she's like,
"This is insane! We're never gonna find anything that tiny!"
Okay, calm down.
Bitch.
looking for ironically, as they're looking for these testicles, the golden testicles, who has it but our girl Aira, who, for some reason, thinks she has been blessed with the holy nut.
I think she's been, like, chosen by God to hold this golden ball and take it to defeat evil.
It makes me laugh because it's like, because you see her, like, you constantly have shots of her holding this testicle and then caressing this testicle, and it's like, I wonder if Okarun can still feel this. Like, is he still connected? And he's like, she's caressing it, and he's just in class going,
just what Retro only said then is like somehow he's Bluetooth connected and he can just still feel all the sensations of everything that's happening. So that at one, I can imagine her there at one scene just like banging the nut on the table, and he's like,
Put it up as well, like later on, where like Ira starts rubbing the ball in Momo's face.
Something wonderful is happening.
Because shortly after in the next episode, right at the beginning, it shows how she acquired it, which it's straight after the train scene where they defeat the crab and Granny Table, and it just happens to fall off the train track and literally donk her on the head.
Lots of irreparable brain damage.
Can you imagine though, if it wasn't Ira that picked it up, I guarantee 9 out of 10 other people who would have picked that up would have been like, right, straight to cash for gold, let's sell this piece of shit.
95, you fucked me good, Mrs. Appleby. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you.
Were you just flipping through the channels and saw me selling this ring and thought, I'd like to fuck that kid?
What?
So Ira, like Lazy Beat says, Ira has got Momo pinned down because she believes that Momo,
You winged spawn of Satan!
and she must have the holy testicle rubbed upon her cheek. It's when Momo's like, right, get off me. She then uses her power and grabs those two girls and throws them.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And
These guys are dead.
She's just straight up committed murder. That is a double kill right there, my friend.
They're now long gone.
This is where you also find out that Aira has had her own stalker, which is Acro Silky, that's been like haunting her for the last episode or so.
But I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
I'm just gonna hide under the sink till y'all go to sleep. Then I'm gonna come out and make my poops in your kicks.
So this, so they're trying to fight like Acro Silky, and it's funny because this is where I've suddenly realised Aira gets her fucking shit split a lot in this series. Like, she just gets like completely battered.
We might have a problem.
What? What's wrong?
This here girlie's dead.
Like, this woman's gone from 0 to 100 from, just like a popular girl is cool, is very pretty and very self-centered, bit of a bitch, to
Rocky
found a
7.
nut, seeing ghosts, seeing spirits, getting yoinked by a fucking 10-foot tall hairy woman, and then dead.
I'd call that a pretty fun weekend.
Then this leads to what I think is now the third show I've watched that's just taken a nosedive into a dark abyss.
Why does this keep happening to us?
To revive Aira, Acrosilky kind of sacrifices her energy to bring her back. And this is where you find out about Acrosilky's backstory. And good almighty God.
It's a payoff to the earlier bit of where you find out like Turbo Granny's like not the evil that you initially realize, and it's here that you come to feel like no, a lot of these ghosts, they are here because they have some really deeply held regrets. And you get to see the regrets of this Acrosilky and why because it's shown throughout the episode, like, she got this fixation on Aira. And you see through this beautifully done scene of her life, the high points, the low points, and then the end and the lowest end point. And then it's just a person managing to at least, undo one regret. And just having this one, and then having Aira reciprocate by just giving her the one sentence she wanted to hear.
Mommy, I love you. I was happy. The happiest in the universe. I won't forget. I swear.
It's such a sweet moment, and it's so, like, touching. And then...
Yes, very sad. Anyway.
Sweet red party!
Because I remember, because, like, this is
my special.
one
Yeah,
arc.
I was gonna say.
This was the arc that made me fall in love with this series, because I remember seeing the panel of when she dances off that rooftop, and just being like, oh my god, this is absolutely amazing. And then, like, when I'm watching it and she's doing this whole sweet moment of just like, you were a great mom, I love you, and even I'm like, and then it goes,
sweet red party!
So such fucking tonal whiplash, man.
Well, I wanted to point out as well, because I didn't pick this up the first time, because when you see it in the anime, like, it's just like, oh, it's sweet, it's beautiful moment with this woman dancing on a rooftop. I didn't realize in the manga, it's only clear in the manga that she's actually jumping off the roof. She's killing herself.
Yeah, in the anime, it's just like it's hard to see, but it's like she's just dancing in the stars and on like some like little water, and it's like doing little.
Because I thought it was like something like, well, this is like hallucination of her dying, something. But I didn't realize in actuality, no, she is throwing herself off the rooftop.
Yeah.
It's so dark.
I love at the same time as well, it shows a bit of Aira's past as well.
Yeah.
And it shows like what happened to her mum and how she died at such a young age. Well, when Aira was at such a young age. And I feel like this is what shows a good transformation in Aira, because like we were speaking about before, is how you go from kind of hating at the beginning to then really liking the character. But because then she makes obviously that connection of wanting to be like, that's her mom, and then obviously the acrobatic silk woman missing her daughter, and then Ira's like, I want to grow up to be someone mummy will be proud of, and all she wants is someone to call her mummy again. And it's like, oh, it's such a good episode. And the only thing I remember thinking about towards the end is on Crunchyroll seen that 152 people disliked this video, this episode. I thought,
What is wrong with you?
Well, I think it's one of those things of like, I think that's one of those where those people that disliked it didn't know what they were getting into.
To be fair though, there was a point where doing the whole Acrosilky backstory, and I did think, this is about somebody losing their nut.
Yeah, no, it's crazy that that's a driving point for this series. There's a guy trying to find his nuts.
why do I just got this image now of Black Panther in Infinity War, where it's like everyone's war's about to start, and instead, when he turns to Captain America, instead he just turns to Okarun and is like, and somebody get this man his nut.
We've gone from the Acrosilky arc into this next arc. What was it? We're watching Aira and Momo beefing.
It's not. It's one of those odd. It's one of those odd mid beefs where it's like, it's just. She's still got the whole premise of,
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother.
And now she's transfixed on Okarun, so it's like the Love Island special between them all.
Okarun is like the luckiest motherfucker.
I don't know why Okarun always makes me think of that that meme of it's like the guy he's going down the escalator with his girlfriend, and like he's carrying a PS5 but he's got like a super hot girlfriend who's like way out of his league.
There's they also like, this is where they try to give his Scotch egg back.
Oh yeah, baseball it into it.
The scene is hilarious on so many levels because it's one of those, if you take it out of context and you just show someone that scene, it doesn't make any sense. And then you try to explain the scene to somebody,
and it gets worse the more questions you ask.
I know this is going to sound a bit super weird, but like I have to ask because we mentioned before about wondering obviously when he lost when he lost everything like back in the earlier series, and I'm like wondering is he smooth like a Ken doll down there? But I've been kind of wondering what's he like without the balls? Is he just like an empty potato sack down there, or is it just nothing?
No, I think he's sackless. I think it's just the banana. He's got the banana and no coconut.
Oh, banana.
The funniest bit about that scene for me is the fact that Okarun is freaking the fuck out, which fair enough. But I like the fact that everybody else is just absolutely taking the sort of piss out of the situation, and Psycho is locked into playing baseball. She's actually trying to win the game.
What happened if she did? Just fucking catapults his testicle out of the house.
So small, though. She's locked in. She's behind him like a catcher.
I love the fact that Momo just commits to the bit every time, and she has no pause, no chill, just to take the piss out of him. Yeah. I think this is probably why she's one of my favorite characters. I feel like there's a kindred spirit there for me.
I think it's one of those twofold things. One of those is she knows what her grandma's like, and it's
you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
We kind of as we move on, we kind of end up going into what I would consider sort of the rom-com trope of the misunderstandings and Okarun is desperately because obviously he feels weak. He feels he wants to protect Momo, not just because obviously it's his friend and he's sort of getting, he's done catching the feels for her. But he also just I want to be strong so she doesn't have to keep protecting me either. And I like the whole crazy flip of Aira is the sort of aggressor and trying it on with him, and it's when he's like, oh, where have you got this notion of romance from? And she says, oh, from my dad's DVD collection.
You're ovulating. What are you doing? No!
Wow, Lewis has strong thighs.
It's her face as she's watching the porn on TV, kills me every damn time.
It's one of the funniest moments in the series. Honestly, she's so adorably oblivious. To these...
So cute as well. It's just the face, just the like.
Good lord, that's graphic. How would she even fit one of those in there? Some sort of funnel? Oh, I see.
The baseball, then it's next day, and it's where they all start. He's there in the backyard just doing the fucking exercises with weight belts and arm bells and whatnot, and just been like, yeah, look at this shit working.
That's
No, that's before. That's before. Then that's already happened.
That's a mad thing. Like, it's a mad thing you mentioned that, because I was thinking that, just like, because you've got Deku and now you've got Okarun, where it's like they're just in school pumping iron, just like in the book and just pumping iron. It's like, is that normal in a school? Because I don't remember that. I don't remember. Well, to be fair, school with a 5 kg weight and just sat there, just quite happily, just like doing a couple of sets while he's learning.
I love that.
Like,
Yes, I am growing stronger. My muscles are getting bigger. Oh, yes, the muscles. The muscles are getting big from the pump. Yes, growing stronger. Oh, yes. Oh, the pump. Oh, yes.
It's funny as well, because it's that, like, I found it a weird, like, choice, but I liked it when, like, obviously, like, Mizu said, like, Momo's sort of like dead mopey about it, which is a bit strange because they've not defined the relationship, but she's moping about it, and then it shows the real footage of a mantis shrimp.
Yes, it's when we saw that, but I didn't actually realise that was like foreshadowing for what's about to happen.
Why does my Chekhov gun have so many legs? But this also leads into what I said before about the arcs in this, because it's like, when you think this should be a slice of life and just following Momo sort of moping about the misunderstandings, we're suddenly thrust into another arc, and
like a literal finger snap.
Yeah, and like everything just goes dark.
Yeah, it goes from freaking Slice of Life to X-Files in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Somebody like drops the veil JJK style, and like everything has just gone dark, everybody's disappeared, which I kind of like how they've set that up with the aliens and the yokai, whereas like when aliens turn up, they're usually sort of like popped into another dimension, sort of away from everything, because I kind of like the fact that it's almost a little workaround of like, oh, I can absolutely decimate this scenery I've set up, but then pop it back to place and nobody knows.
That's convenient.
So the whole school starts flooding, and it gets really creepy when that, like, because like the Loch Ness monster turns up.
Sure, super normal.
But I also like the fact that but like, one of the big things I love is as it starts like being even more creepy and turned, you just suddenly you have this, if you're any kaiju fan, you just suddenly like reference.
Oh yeah, the Shin Godzilla atomic breath reference as well was so well done, especially in the anime. It was so cool when it starts like vomiting all the smoke, and then it just turns into that laser beam. All the way through Dandadan, you can tell he's a tokusatsu fan, because there's like I think we've already said this in this review, but like there's so many nods to Ultraman and other kaiju film, other things of that genre all the way through this.
One of the things I liked is building the creep up to the Loch Ness monster, but also kind of like giving us that sort of temporary confusion, like the characters, is that it's Momo who ends up initially at the target, but she's separate. She's away. She has no. She just sees the classroom having had all that happen, and she's like, "Hey, huh? What?" And then suddenly, Nessie. know that that's going to be a problem later when it suddenly jumps back over and you've just got Okarun and Aira there, and they're like, "What's going on?"
Maybe it's aliens. It's totally aliens.
You also get the payoff to the mantis shrimp when you've got that little boxer, the little mantis shrimp guy.
I fucking love him.
I did not know you could get Spotify in space, because why on God's green earth is he singing ABBA?
That's what he's singing?
Yeah.
I thought it was like...
Chickadee, was it?
Oh, I
butchered that name.
I thought it was some weird Ultraman thing, like every
No.
other reference.
Because it's an ABBA song, which, how does an alien know that? And I'm also very shocked that there's a Japanese person that knows an ABBA song.
Oh no! For me, it was just added additional points. Especially when you go and have a look at the song, when you go look into the song lyrics and whatnot, and you're like, because that's a thing later. But if you look at the song lyrics, it's like, oh, I didn't need feelings. But just seeing him just coming out and just go like,
come out and fight me, baby. Come out and fight me, will you, you big lump of shit. I'll show you once, I'll show you twice, I'll bend you over and fuck your neck.
The Serpos turn up, and they're like every alien in this show is obsessed with Okarun's penis, and they start lifting him up, and they're just like, oh, it's okay, we just want to experiment on you.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
I do also.
It's when they lift him up and they're like, oh, don't worry, it won't be that painful. And then these big, massive scissors come out. And it's like,
all right, let's everybody just calm the fuck down.
Which, by the way, he is, I was going to say completely balls naked, but he doesn't have any, but he's completely
naked.
And then that's when we discover that Aira now has Acro Silky's power.
Okay.
It's party time! P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta!
Aira gets beaten the fuck out of. She gets slapped around. In the previous arc, she got beat, she got flung around and then died. And in this one, she's been punched through walls. She's been kicked around This girl takes some fucking hits, man.
Tough girl. Made it into work.
I know they all do, which I'm like we said, I think before in the review, but some of the hits and some of the slams they take, I think that is just even with these new known powers, it's still that's fatal. Anybody else would be dead. The Serpos use their gravity powers as well, and nearly squished them, and it's anybody else, that's it, they're paced. I love that point of you talking about the gravity push where Aira and Okarun are together and they're just getting pushed down. There's a part of the scene where obviously Okarun's completely Starbur's naked now and Aira's behind him. So all you can see is I was just getting the first row view into Okarun's chocolate starfish right now.
No, don't just stare at it, eat it.
There's a point as well where Okarun's completely starkers and he's trying to stand up for Aira and he's holding on to his bits and he does that crab walk to her very slowly, but the scene goes on for way too long of him slowly going over, and then Aira's like, hey, put some clothes on already.
I'm sorry if my complicated life is an inconvenience to your perfect existence.
One of the bits that sort of tickles me is obviously because as soon as Okarun sees Nessie, he just starts fangirling over it. But Momo's just oh, shut the fuck up. And I was like,
oh, more, tell me more.
There's a point where they're having a go at the mantis shrimp, and it turns around and goes, you're just cheap labor. And as an Amazon worker, that hurt.
Yep, this is a deep pain. A very, very deep pain.
Yeah. We haven't explained the Hitmon shrimp yet. So basically, when Nessie ends up getting involved, the Serpians are kind of like, okay, why is it not doing what it's told? And it's one of those things of like, they literally grabbed and brought it in, and they're just like, do your human thing, not realizing that like Nessie,
He is a union man.
and they're just like, well, this is kind of sucking. It's killing us. Quick, Hitmoncrab, Digivolve.
Hitmoncrab, Digivolve 2. Kung Fu Shrimp.
And fucking...
yeah, the awkward, like... Because apparently they've
stick
got...
a needle in his brain and
apparently they've got Swiss Army c***s that it can do fucking anything. He switches up the song, the Mantis Shrimp guy, because he stops singing ABBA and then he goes like...
It's such an interesting, wacky notion of just seeing these aliens who clearly have no idea of how humanity works and their cryptids just going, fuck it, we can't handle one of them. Quick, grab this weird one from Scotland.
Red is the perfect one. Black is the brooding bad boy. Green is the clown, and yellow, well, she's the girl. So what are you supposed to be?
I'm Scottish!
Now that Hitmoncrab Shrimp has evolved, we now find out, like, oh, he has, like, he's incredibly powerful out of the water, but in the water, is it the way around? Is it in the water he's powerful?
He's in the water, he's powerful, but the problem is he's powerful in the water, but for some asinine reason he can't swim. Or he can't hold, he can't hold his breath for very long.
Sounds like a design flaw.
It is.
And also, the whole place is now filled with water, and it's like, the walls are like a deep ocean, the ceiling's a deep ocean, everything's just a deep fucking ocean.
I'm sorry, I tried to unclog it, but you didn't have a plunger and water was spilling out everywhere.
Right, just water.
There's, so, during all this stuff as well, is Momo is still pissed off with Okarun because of the whole misunderstanding, and they start to have this argument, and then it just made me laugh because they're having this argument, and then he holds on to her and he's like having this really sort of like touching and mature conversation, having an open dialogue, explaining his feelings, but at the same time I'm thinking like, there's a giant mantis shrimp trying to smash the shit out of you.
There's also Nessie trying to fucking particle accelerate laser beam you.
Oh yeah, and cock aliens.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Is it at this point where they say they get the genius idea to let's use Okarun as a fucking as a surfboard?
The whole hand slipping, like.
What does that remind you of? I feel like I'm just trying to think back to like.
All I can think of is like you ever remember those like weird like sort of squishy things like they sort of look like it's like a squishy sort of tube or something like that,
yeah.
And like they're always like slippery and like something. That's what it makes me think of for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. Or like it reminded like when it was like hot summers and like you'd fill like water balloons up or something, and then you were doing something. I just remember something like a little slippery tube thing like that. You're just trying to keep it in your hands.
Well, yeah, like once again, like Okarun is like the luckiest bastard because because the girls are like, it's like, oh, we're in the water, let's strip, and then climb on top of him, and they're just like,
it should have been me, not him. It's not fair.
Also, why is Aira just casually coming into school wearing lingerie?
I think that was again because of like her misunderstandings with like watching her father's videos.
Oh.
She suddenly thinks like that. She suddenly thinks like that's how she's supposed to dress.
If you're in love, if you're deeply in love with someone.
Well, sure, that makes sense, I suppose. Yeah.
The alien and the Loch Ness monster suddenly decide to do the fusion dance, and they become this abomination like Final Fantasy boss.
If you remember, it's the Serpion first, the last one that's still surviving. because fucking one of them's been lasered in half.
and Mantis
and managed to
Shrimp,
kill the
Oh
other one.
yeah.
And he
Yeah.
just kind of go, and you just got the Serpian going,
We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
and like again, this is one of the things where like the phasmophobia sort of massive environment kind of also works with it, because you just see the giant head of the Serpian and those arms, and you're like, wait, hold on, are they really close together? And then you realize, like, oh no, they're really close together. And you just see this now abomination of shit that they were struggling with coming towards them, and it's like, oh,
How will we get out of this sticky wicket?
I do like how they managed to dispatch it as well, and I love the whole Momo sort of doing the Neo, come at me. It's so cool, and then they get rid of the water and she just body slams the fuck out of him. Because they move the water, and because he's not got the, what's it called? Because the mantis shrimp only has the power in the water. When you remove the water, it's too much for his arms, and they explode.
Exactly. Science!
Which is the most awkward and funny scene in this season, is when they're trying to get out of the way of it. Okarun saves Momo, they blast through the water and the whole dimension collapses, and they are both left on the floor covered in water. Okarun is absolutely starkers and on top of Momo, and they're just panting, and it's everything you think it looks like.
It's not what you think. I know it looks like we're cleaning dishes, but actually we're having sex.
I love it with them running away as well.
yeah, I was just about to say that. When they're both there and they're having a nice moment, because they're like, look, we survived, and we've now made a deeper connection. And then you just got the other school students, because everything's gone back to being where it is, and they're all just looking over like, what's going on? And both of them, and immediately, just like right at the first episode, they immediately both end up going full Muppet designs and start running down the hallway, only to then get nearly taken the fuck out by freaking by Aira, who's doing her best Titan impression as well.
So following on from the the whole Nessie bit, we now obviously the aftermath of this, where they're all in the school nurse's office, and they're the school obviously is just chalked up, 3 naked students running down the hallway to it's oh, they must be bullied or something like that. But it's just even though they just introduced this this random school nurse, for some reason she's a dominatrix or something like that, and it's instantly best character in this entire series. Love it. No notes.
I don't know where she came from, but I'm happy she's here.
Approved.
I feel though, knowing from obviously spoiler alert, but reading in the manga, we don't see her again. I've not seen her again since, which is
It sucks. I'm out.
Oh, look at Dandadan, you're getting an IGN 7 now. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye. Not enough. Not
enough hot dominatrix nurse.
I hope you're happy with yourself.
So, Aira and Momo have this moment outside where they're kind of just trying to bury the hatchet and be and Aira's yes, I'm the one who spread all the rumors about you. And Momo's all right, well, it's okay, it's chill. And then, out of nowhere, Mr. Mantis Shrimp turns up, covered in that white goo. And all I could think of was, oh, is it December already?
I thought it's hang on, I'm watching the Chinese censorship version.
Yeah.
It's mad that it's because obviously they take him in, they heal him up, and I think it's funny that Psycho, even though she sees him right there, still doesn't believe in aliens. She thinks it's a kappa, which, to be fair assumption, why not? Because it's when she smells and she's oh, I've smelt this before. And then she they come to the realization that it's milk.
You need some of this.
This is cum.
His blood is milk.
Which completely baffles me, because, like, does he think we're a race of vampires? Like, we've been drinking his blood.
You gotta tell him Silent Breed is people!
His kid, it turns out his kid is named after that ABBA song, and that's why he's come, because he's trying to get money for the kid. Because his kid needs needs a milk transfusion.
Exactly. Science.
Yeah.
Not necessarily needs a milk transfusion. He needs it every time he goes pees or poops. Because apparently he just starts fucking exploding in blood.
Oh yeah, oh my god.
Case of explosive diarrhea.
Psycho decides to give him a cow, and then he disappears off into space with it.
Thank you.
How much money she got where she could just like, yeah, fuck it, I could just buy a cow.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I think it's less. I think it's less money and more mob connections. I mean, ghost connection.
What?
So what was it? The cow flies off. Hang on, I'm sure there's a cow that flies over the moon with a silver spoon joke here.
I was just about to say that.
He waved goodbye to E.T.
Yeah, shrimp is blasting off again. So the gang is trying to get new school uniforms, and Momo does an impression which I'm sure kills in Japan, but as a Westerner, I'm completely fucking lost. A new challenger approaches, and we meet Gigi.
This week, a hot new bombshell enters the villa. Don't call me up. I'm going out tonight.
He's a rival to Okarun, and I'm sorry, as soon as he walked in, he's a 6-foot ripped footballer. I'm sorry, Okarun.
There's the door, bitch!
So, it turns out he's an old friend of Momo and family. He's turned up, and this makes me laugh. He turns up because, we believe the place is haunted. We've had spirit mediums come over, and 3 of them have offed themselves. And he was like,
Oh, gee, well, thank you for that.
It shows one of those moments again in it, like how good Dandadan is, how good it can switch between them. Like you're having a laugh, you're like talking about the bloody alien creature being sent off with a cow and how it's made of milk and saving the sun, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, here's a guy here who's very comical and very like you said, ADHD or something's hyperactive with him. But he's that way probably because of the seriousness of what's happening in his real life, with his parents nearly throwing themselves off.
Yeah, I never occurred to me that.
But I feel like Dandadan does a really good, like, constant throwing you to one extreme to the other. I got one thing I want to say as well is, like, obviously, like we're speaking about Gigi entering and then Okarun probably having the complete slam dunk of, oh my god, that's it, I'm just going to leave the house. So that continues on, doesn't it, for the next day when they go back to school again. And obviously Gigi joins as well, but Okarun's just in like a deep depression of like, oh fuck, like that's it now, they're going to be close and they're going to reconnect, and they've got past memories, there's no chance of me. And
he's literally running down a checklist, isn't he? Just like 6 foot and footballer, the ripped, long-time family friend, in jokes.
So yeah, like he's sort of depressed over their connection, and then
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
a naked anatomy statue just starts running at him at Mach 5, which you would think is unusual, but this is Dandadan.
Jesus, it's only Wednesday?
It's kind of hard to say about this bit because it's still good, there's just not a lot to talk about because it's just a funny bit of this mannequin who's desperately trying to find his loved one. And it's so funny to watch a love story, an over-the-top soap opera love story between 2 anatomy mannequins, and it's still a more convincing love story than Twilight.
Wow, that's an old reference.
So after the whole sort of chasing the mannequin down the street for a bit, we've sort of finally come to the end of this season, which I think is a bit of an odd one because it ends with basically the setup for the next arc, which is a bit of an odd way to do it. I mean, it's kind of hard to think of like a natural place to sort of ended it.
Kind of giving us the same thing for the review, really.
Yeah. Oh, but don't worry, we'll definitely be doing season 2 once that fully. Or actually, I think as time of speaking, the first episode is out. So we find out the real reason like Gigi's there, and it's to like obviously investigates the spookums that are haunting his family home.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of discuss this very last episode, because as we said, it's all set up, but it's there's like the interesting things to note is Okarun and Gigi's sort of like, it's so funny because they've got a rivalry to get Momo, but at the same time they're becoming best buds.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. Don't even think about it, just name it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Velociraptor!
What?
Did we just become best friends?
Yep!
Do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Yep!
There's one thing I do want to sort of add about this last bit is because they go to they go to like Gigi's like home in the mountains, out in the boonies of Japan, and it's Momo's like decides like it's like, oh, I can't find anything, so I'm gonna go to the hot springs. And we start the first season, the first episode of the season has an incredibly uncomfortable scene in it, and we're gonna end this season on an incredibly uncomfortable scene,
which is unfortunate because it's one of those pinnacle moments where people who have watched it are trying to convince people who haven't watched it to watch it, and they'll see those points of like where it ended and where it's begun, and it's like,
hey, where you going? Hear us out. 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 Hey, where you going? Hear us out. Hear us out.
The winner of this race is me.
And that was Dandadan. To call it zany would be a gross understatement. Smashing together the worlds of the supernatural and the science fiction, this show delivers a hilarious, chaotic and surprisingly thoughtful adventure. With extremely likeable characters who can swing from annoying to the sweetest things alive, Dandadan somehow weaves all of this into a wild mix of action and heartfelt storytelling. Sure, there's one awkward scene, maybe 2, okay 3, alright fine, a handful. But compared to the sheer amount of fun, energy and joy this series brings, those moments are few and far between. But it's one of those rare shows that reminds you why you fell in love with anime in the first place.
Send more heat from a toaster!
Sweet Red Party!